Hello guys, let's get into today's trades. We had two trades, so as you can see we have only unemployment claims at 8:30, which means that we can trade today. So let's start with gold. Gold, this was a clean setup and I really thought it was going to play out, but you know, it's probabilities. So yeah, um, we had this daily fair value gap and we retraced back into it, so I was expecting we can continue the trend from there. Price made a distribution to the upside and then left a fair value gap that we retraced into and swept a Asia low, or we actually reached into the wick of the Asia low. These trades still count for me and I like these trades. Sometimes price just tends to reach into the wick of the low and then go up to the Asia high, not really sweeping the low. Okay, so the low was actually here. It did that and then left a high, and once it broke above with it, I just entered. On this chart, for some reason it didn't broke there, but on my phone on MT5 it did, so which is the reason why I entered. Yeah, the trade ended up failing, but yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's a good solid setup and I would take it again. However, with USD/JPY, we had a similar situation. I mean, not a similar situation. We have been going down, but we took out this key level and then we inverse this daily fair value gap. So I'm thinking that we switch to bias because of that, and we are targeting something. And what can we target? This weekly fair value gap above, right here. So I'm thinking we can retrace back into that before going down, which is the reason why I saw that we are also in an uptrend on the 4-hour time frame, and we retrace into the 4-hour fair value gap. So from there, I wanted to take a long, and once we swept out the low, I was waiting for a switch break structure and it happened right here. It was very, very, very shallow, which is why I think I'm gonna have to study these trades and actually see, like, go back into my backtesting and see how many of these trades actually played out and how many lost. So maybe I stopped taking trades that are like this, just basically closing above with no energy. Yeah, this one lost. And then GBP/JPY, I wasn't watching it because I was expecting price to go lower, and it swept out the low of Asia. So if we can, so I was expecting price to go down because we are inside of the weekly fair value gap, but as you can see on the 5-minute time frame, we ended up sweeping the low of the Asia, so I did not take any loss. In terms of USD CAD, so USD CAD is the only trade that actually played out that I didn't take, and the reason that I didn't take it is because I was already into two trades. So we swept all this liquidity, we reached the weekly fair value gap, so we can go up and probably go for this daily buy side right here to reach into this weekly fair value gap, to then go down and continue the trend if we want to do so. And then, as you can see, price swept out Asia low right here, and then it gave the first break structure right here. And since this was a very bad RR, you would not enter here. You would try and get a setup where you can get it like this, maybe on this or on this or on this. I will go for the 50% one, which is this one. So right on the 50% or at the top of that fair value gap, and stop has to be below the low, and then you target Asia high right here, or the wick of Asia high right here. So wick of Asia high, and that's 3.5% you get here. So this is the second trade I missed on USD CAD, and this week, if I execute every single trade on USD CAD, I would have made about 8% now, or 7%, something like that, with USD CAD. So I have to see what's up with this pair. I have to lock in a bit more, but it's hard on my phone. And in school, the phone is little, so you can't see much info. And as well, for example, I didn't even check that we are inside of this 4-hour fair value gap right here, which can go up. Yeah, that's about it for today in terms of forex strategy. I have to, like, choose my pairs a little bit better, because I cannot watch 4 pairs at once, and then let's say that I have trades on like 3 of them. That's 3 trades that I have to take. That's minus 3% in a day if I lose 3 of them. I'll see about that. We'll see how that goes. Okay, this is it. So let's go over to NQNES. As you can see, price just literally from 930 didn't drop to the downside into any PDRA to continue up. It just straight up just rallied. Same with S&P. So I didn't find any trades here today. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something new. We are currently down minus 1% on my Forex account. We are currently at 8 trades, I believe, on the 30 trade challenge in terms of the Forex account. So it's not bad. It's not bad. Minus 1% is not bad. We took 2 losses today, which is minus 2%. So basically, the only thing that, or why this doesn't bother me is because, let's say tomorrow, it's Friday. I don't believe that we'll have any like high volatility setups. But anyway, I'm gonna trade and see if I can take any setups. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna trade. You're gonna see. And wait. And let's say that I get a setup and I get 2 setups. I execute them. Both of them play out for like 2 or 3 hour, maybe even 4. And then all of a sudden I'm up like 5% in one day. So that's the only thing that keeps me motivated to actually execute these setups. It's kind of demotivating because when you take trades like this, because they take so long and then you end up losing. For example, this one moved so much before losing, and USD JPY gave us some consolidation, then a move down to end us. So yeah, that's about it for today. All I can say is on to the next. I'm gonna stay locked in and continue executing the strategy.